Yes, sir. Hello. Good early evening on this fine Monday, November 10th. We are almost wrapping up week 10, and you know what that means, goats. This is the key fantasy takeaway show for week 10. That's right. We're going to get into those. We also got some injuries, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to address that. We've got some news also. I'll give you my thoughts on the firing of Brian Dable. There's not really that much to talk about. And then on the other hand, we could probably spend an entire hour talking about it, but we're not going to do that. We are going to, I'd like to, of course, we want to address some of the key fantasy takeaways presented by our friend Ryan Heath over at Fantasy Points, who does this firework, providing us with actionable data to really take away, to parse through, see where the trends are going, how we could forecast performances, predictable stuff. Helps us win fantasy. And of course, we're going to get to your questions. We are definitely going to do that. Just some quick house cleaning to cover, to get in order, to get all of our ducks and all of our horns in order. We are working on our new goal. We are hoping. We're not really hoping. That's kind of like bullshit. I'll be straight up honest with you. We are expecting to reach 650 subscribers, new goats, on or by the Super Bowl. Now, we can't do it without your help. Yeah, we're gonna need you to hit the like. That helps us find new goats. We're also gonna need you to perform the action as well and subscribe. We got content coming for days. We got content coming for weeks. There is no off season here. So we are, in fact, a resource for you damn near 6 days a week. I'm sure that will change somewhat once the season is over. That's, have no fear, goats. Have no fear. What's up, B-Goat? Can Wilson be dropped now? We were talking about this last night, right, B-Goat? Yeah, we were talking about this last night. Now he's going to be on the shelf for 3 to 4 weeks. That's modest, by the way. 3 to 4 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if at any time, within this 3 to 4 weeks, by week 14, so in 3 weeks, they're like, yeah, we might as well just put him on IR. That'll be the end of it. I don't know if I want to drop him yet, though, Michael B. I don't know if I want to drop him yet. And you're talking to somebody who is a Garrett Wilson manager. So this is like, I'm in the same boat as you are when it comes to two important leagues. The first thing I would want to do, okay, because we're presuming that you are a contending team. Why are you a contending team? Because you're here. That's why you're a contending team. Secondly, what I want to attempt to do is see if we could get something for him. Again, presuming that your deadline has not passed yet, you could still do trades, Michael B. Goat. Maybe Wilson is waiting on, but maybe Wilson. So yeah, no, I would again I wouldn't want to move him for a bag of chips, okay? But it would be like kind of like the next step up from a bag of chips. Someone that you could basically maybe plug and play. Maybe he's going to be added for depth. It's not going to be someone that's going to be. No, this isn't going to be a very even trade. You're basically the manager you'd be trading with is someone that is already really got the playoffs locked in or just about to be locked in. The person that you're trading with can afford to leave him there on his bench, her bench, and hoping that he's going to return for said fantasy playoffs, week 15, 16, 17, where he might be able to contribute. I mean, there's a lot of things that are not right aside from his knee. Okay. So you got a quarterback problem, but I wouldn't want to just drop him. Don't drop him because I could almost promise you someone's going to add him and keep at the end of that bench. And again, this is all presuming you don't have an IR either. And I'm sure you've answered that, Michael B. Goat, whether you do or do not. But I wouldn't drop him. Your first move, if you can, is to trade him. Your second move would be to hold him on your team. What you might be the team that has already got the playoffs locked in. I'm 8-2 in first place. Yeah, I could keep him on the IR. Yeah, all right, then you're it. That's it, brother man. That's it right there. That's your move. Let's assess Garrett Wilson specifically in like 2 weeks. If you could put him on IR, you're gonna have the free spot anyway to make an ad this week. Not ad, maybe you want to go. Maybe you want to go add freaking AD Mitchell. That team is just so freaking bad right now. I don't see how Justin Fields is still on the center either. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and goats. It's the commissioner, my partner. He's like Steven Tisch. He ordered me to fire Brian Dable. Trolling, baby. It's my partner. By the way, a lot of people really don't realize that. John Mara has a partner. I don't really know if John Mara really wanted to fire Brian Dable. Although there was plenty of reasons to fire Brian Dable. I don't know if he really wanted to. But he has a partner. He has to compromise with that partner, with that said partner, and those two individuals have a new partner, a minority partner that with a 10% stake. So they're like, yo, we cannot keep this man anymore. Do you know that the Giants are like 50 games below 500 since Tom Coughlin left? Come on. Not that I'm not saying Brian Dable sure as hell ain't responsible for all that. Ben Goat. Thank you for patiently waiting, and thank you for listening to some of my soliloquies. Ben Goat. Which trade is better? And would you do it for Amon? Would you do it for Amon-Ra and Gibbs? Amon-Ra and Gibbs for CMC and Emeka Egbuka, or Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Gibbs for CMC, Tet, and Trevion. Huh. Those are power trades. I don't want Tet. I like Trevion. I don't like Tet. I thought I liked Tet. I don't like Tet. Tet's going in the wrong direction. It's going in the wrong direction. You see how many targets Emeka Egbuka had? 13 targets. He's the target hog on that team. And Tez, the Tezinator still 8. Those big play Buccaneers. And lost, obviously, but we don't really give a crap about that. Would you get rid of the 2 Lions for CMC and Emeka Egbuka? The only thing you want to keep in mind, Ben, what did Rhino say? Giving up both Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown is a lot. Try doing a 1-for-2 first. And the only thing that I was going to add is that CMC is on bye week 14. Emeka Egbuka, as you know, already had his. I think the Patriots still have a bye, don't they? So you want to take a look at that. Goats, all goats. Can't stress this enough. Yes, we are wrapping up week 10. Tomorrow we'll have week 11 waivers, as we always do. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., possibly maybe a little bit earlier, but we might as well just keep it consistent. Tomorrow, week 11 waivers. Please join us then. From there, the GOATs need to be looking at week 12, week 13, week 14. Make sure that our rosters can make sure you have starters at every position. There's some silly ass buys coming up. Maybe not this week. Week 11, I think, is like the Saints. It's only 2. Does a trade. Yeah, make sure you're looking at all your bye weeks. Heck, goat. Does a trade cancel out if 4 out of 10 veto a trade? This is an interesting question. If 4 out of 10, no. Why would it cancel out if 4 voted to veto? Doesn't that mean 6 passed? Are you including the 2 managers that are trading in this? This is a 10-team league, so let's just assume that for a second. Whether you're voting or not, that's 6 were in favor of passing the trade. Now, if it's a 12-team league and you're not including yourself in the trade partner, then it passes. Let's see. Did you give us any more details here? Tron Goat, baby. What's up, the Tron Goat? Motherfucking Tron is the motherfucking Tron. We're the big boys. The big boy goats. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Down by 51 points. I've heard that 3 times already. Well, not heard. I've heard that 2 times. I'm not saying from you. I've heard that from somebody else, and I saw that already in another league. It's the Eagles Packers. When you got the big guns, when you've got a lot of like early round players, of course. This is a big freaking game, man. I love this game. In Lambeau, I kind of feel like if the Packers team that showed up against the Steelers, they're gonna give the Eagles a hard time. If the Packers sleepwalk into this thing like they did against the Panthers, the Eagles are gonna dog walk them. I'm feeling very good about RJ Harvey. I'm feeling excellent about RJ Harvey, especially if that second opinion from J.K. Nobbins the Dobbins, comes back that it's like not the best news and he needs to, miss a couple of weeks. If you're going for a second opinion, it's usually not good. I'm feeling very good. Will he still split some of the backfield or some of the total touches? Yeah, probably. I don't think he gets full workload. Unfortunately, we don't love that, but I don't think he gets full workload. But yeah, I'm feeling very nice. But we're feeling very good about RJ Harvey. 51 points at Barkley, the DeGoatna, and Goddard. 51 divided by 3 is probably 15, 30, 16. It's doable. So he has nobody playing. It's doable. If you get Goddard and Devontae, yeah, all they need 13, 16. They need about 13. Yeah, they need about 14 apiece. Right? 28, 38, maybe more than that, 15, 30, 50. They need more, 15, 30, 45, 60. They need about 16 apiece. It's doable. should probably come down to the wire. I love it. It's a redraft, Ben. I have London and Flowers as other receivers. It's a redraft. Ben James. It's a redraft. It's a redraft, okay. Doing a 1 for 2 firsts. It's a redraft. It's a redraft. Well, so again, person say stay pat. Maybe try Gibbs for a Mecca, Abuka, and Henderson. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would want to go up and go get CMC, knowing that I'm not going to have him in probably one of the most critical weeks, week 15. And I wouldn't want Tet either. Not really. I have London and I got Flowers. You have London and Flowers along with Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is a good team. Those are nice wide receivers. July Goat. Yeah, Ben Goat. I don't know about. I like. Of course, what's there not to like about CMC right now? The only thing that there is not to like about CMC right now is the fact that you don't have CMC week 14. That would be me as well. That would be me as well. Goats. July. What's up, July 12th? Shepherd Seniors, July 14th. Trade away Javante and Skittles for McBride and Hampton. You could sell high on Javante if you possibly can right now. It's not bad at all. You're also selling high on George Skittles. McBride's a good deal. Marion Hampton. If your RB room is strong, you want to roll some dice, a little bit of dice with a Marion Hampton right now? I like it. This is a deal that I like. Remember, Marion Hampton, you won't get until after their bye. So I believe their bye is week 12. You get them for 13, 14, and the playoffs, baby. Goats! We got the big-time playoffs coming on. Big time GOAT playoffs. Should I trade Hampton for Odunze? Whew. You've held on to Hampton this long, huh? You've held on to Hampton this long. Do you need the wide receiver help? If you need the wide receiver help, I wouldn't see, not necessarily this one, though, because, like, you've been holding on to Marion Hampton, and you're now buying Rome Odunze at a high price. Where this dude is buying low. The manager, the trade partner, is selling Rome Odunze high and buying low on a Marion Hampton. However, Ball Goat, if you're hurting, if you need that wide receiver help, if you like what you saw yesterday against the shitty Giants, then yeah, go do it. Again, if you're, as long as you're so you must be good at RB, but if you need the wide receiver help, I would do it. It's not the best trade though, but I would do it. If you're looking to make that push, Ball Goat. Myers or Washington? Peter Parker, Washington. What about him? Who to add or who to start? Well, you give me Myers and Washington. What are these, presidents? Myers and Washington. To add? No, it wouldn't be to add Jacoby Myers. You probably have both of them. Mm. Trevor Lawrence stinks. How about that? Let me add a third piece to the equation. Lawrence stinks. Yeah, he was up against a tough defense. That's another one of those main reasons. I think the War Chief JX covered this the other day when we were asked. we were asked an excellent question, and we were very happy to oblige. Why were we out on BTJ? And I'm pretty sure he addressed one of the major reasons when I addressed the other major reason. One of them is that Trevor Lawrence stinks. Which one would I want? Who's got the most upside out of those two there? Peter Parker, what did he do this week? 11 points, 10 points, 13 points, 12 points? That's probably Peter Parker's ceiling. Jacoby Myers probably has a little bit better than that. A little bit better if they get him going. I have a feeling that he's there he's there for veteran presence right now. And depth. Trevor Lawrence stinks. I mean, he's not the worst quarterback in the league. He's not the worst passer of the football, but he's not very good. Blue Kicks, baby. The Blue Kicks are in the house. How are you this evening? Don't forget, Goats, if you're new to the channel, please give us a like. Please subscribe. I'm 7-3. Should I trade Ashton Genty for Garrett Wilson and Aaron Jones? Now, this is an interesting one, Blue Kicks. 7-3. You're not going to get Garrett for a few weeks, man. You're not going to get Garrett for a few weeks. That's Genty, right? Not Judy. Ashton Genty. Well, this is a big one. This is a big one. Who would be your other running back besides Aaron Jones? I'd want to know that. And if you're going to stash Garrett Wilson, what else? I mean, did you get Jordan Mason with Aaron Jones as well? Do you get, just in case Aaron Jones sprains a shoulder again? I trade Genty for Garrett and Aaron Jones. I may just hold off and keep Genty. Because this is really a 1-for-1 at this point. At this point, it's a 1-for-1, and at the top of the hour, I said, wouldn't shock me. Would not shock me one bit. In 2 to 3 weeks from now, the Jets just put him on permanent IR, season-ending IR. The hell is he gonna? What's the point? There'd be no point. Re-aggravating it again. Remember, this is the say he re-aggravated it yesterday. Just like Michael B. Goat has Garrett Wilson, much different scenario that I have to now advise. Much different having Garrett Wilson, but if you're the person that is being presented Garrett Wilson, that's a different hat. I have to look at it in a different light for you, Goat. I don't know if I want any part of that. What do you think Garrett Wilson's really going to do with Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor at the end of the season, week 15, week 17? I mean, that's really what you're looking for right now. Daniel Goat. I have Bijan and Justin Jefferson, and they are killing you. Excuse me, selling me. They are selling. They're selling a lot of people. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Bijan, they're based on how Atlanta's playing football right now, which is not very good on offense. since Michael Penix is having a problem completing passes and finding anybody not named Drake London, it becomes too. It's the offense is. Damn. Oh, boys and girls, guys and girls. Yeah, son of a mother, son of a biscuits, man. Son of the biscuits. Biscuits and gravy. Parker at 17? No. What kind of points are you playing with? Peter Parker at 17.90 points, Tron Goat. My apologies also. My apologies, Goats. I don't know what in the world happened here. I have no idea. Where were we though? I want to make sure that all the goats get my attention. Adonai Mitchell is a good option. Wilson, I don't know. I mean, did you see Justin Fields yesterday? Jose Goat? I don't know. Is he? I think he's a good ad. I think he's a good ad for now. If he's available, I think I would add him. Is Burrow? I don't know about starting him. Let's see how that works out to Jose Goat before we start. Adonai Mitchell. Is Burrow worth picking up now that he's practicing? I think he is worth picking up. Absolutely. Do you want your opponent to pick him up, Tyler? You want to play Joe Burrow? Week 13? Week 14? I wouldn't want to play Joe Burrow. I'd be nervous to play Joe Burrow. Yeah, he's worth picking up for sure. Go get Joe Shiesty. Joe Shiesty shouldn't be available to pick up. So if he is, hell yes. That's crazy, right? A, it's ahead of schedule. It is. It's definitely ahead of schedule for what they were projecting when he went down. B, that team stinks on one side of the ball. That team isn't going to win. You know that we usually run as close to 100% as possible. We should have the sound now, right, Frosty? Right, West up? How are you guys? How are you goats? The motherfucking goats. Hello, Patrick Goat. You should be able to hear us now. I don't see that the mic is. Bob Goat, how are you? There you go, West up, baby. There's the West up goat. Should I hold on to the Ravens or the Falcons? You would want to hold on. I would hold on to the Ravens. I would hold on to the Ravens for sure. We back, baby. Damn right we're back. I appreciate you, goats. Yeah, I got this out. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird today. Weird things happen on November 10th. As I was saying, so Tron Goat is telling me that Peter Parker had 17.9 points. You must be playing in some jacked up wide receiver league. I don't see that. But again, he's probably Trevor Lawrence's go-to guy, not necessarily Jacoby Myers. He's probably his go-to guy running out of that slot position. Tron Goat, baby. Tron Goat. What else do we got here, gentlemen? What else do we got here today? Let's get to some of this stuff, man. Let's get some of this fire shit. Let's get some of this fire shit. Here he is. Here he is. Regular PPR with 6 points per touchdown. That's wicked. Parker Washington? We're talking about the right dude, right? Peter Parker Washington. Maybe it's like 17.9. 17.9 for the season. Well, that it couldn't be. He got credit for the touchdown. Oh. Yeah, okay. There you go. All right. Did you get credit for the return touchdown? I don't necessarily care that he got credit for it. Oh, I know if the Parker Washington managers yesterday got credit for a long 6, which is technically returns. You normally didn't get, like, you don't get 1 point per 10 yards for a return. At least that's how it used to be. And pretty much still is default setting. Okay, right. We gotta do what we came here to do, goats. We gotta do what we came here to do. Look at this shit. Look at this stuff. This is the stuff. This is the stuff. I like to take some data. I like to watch some film. I like to listen to narrative and draw our own conclusions, and that's how we win. That's the advice we're going to present to you guys. Tyler Algier. Yep. Okay. It's not like we didn't know this, that they are using 2 backs. We're still expecting Bijan Robinson to have this bigger role. He received the 3 carries inside the 10-yard line today to Bijan Robinson 0. That's not good. It's not good if you, or it's not that it's not good, because like the Falcons were in that game. The Falcons should have won that game. But until the Falcons get a more reliable, accurate quarterback who's basically only zeroed in on one guy, which is good if you're the Drake London owner, it's hurting. It hurts the rest of the offensive operation. Alec Pierce, ladies and gentlemen, boys and goats. Alec, mother-loving Pierce. Last 4 target shares of 29, 16, 24, and 26.9. It's only getting better. His 14.9 fantasy points per game would rank him wide receiver 12th on the year. That's a little wicked. That's crazy. He's good. He's good. Up 50. Just like Chone Goat. Just like the Chone Goat. It's a marquee matchup, man. It's one of these marquee matchups. Let's not act surprised if we see these two teams playing again in January. It's one of those matchups. You're gonna get a lot of marquee players. I'm up 50. I think AJ and Barkley and the Eagles defense is going to hit over 50. It's damn near the same thing as Trone's. Difference being Trone was Devontae, right? Damn, that's crazy. And no defense. Yeah, it's possible. 14, about 15 points, 16 points a piece. At least a piece. Now, I don't know about that points with the Eagles defense. And if A.J. Brown's got himself a 100-yard game and a touchdown on several bowls, yes. Saquon, we all know what the ceiling is for Saquon. I posed the question a little while ago. Which Packers team is going to show up? If we get the Packers team that played against the Steelers, the Eagles are going to have a problem. If we get the Packers team that was sleeping against the Panthers, then the Eagles are going to dog walk them in Lambeau. Not Barkley, but Smith. So 2 wide receivers. Not unless you're getting a really, really good game out of the Eagles, my friend. Because they're going to cancel. One cancels out the other on most occasions. On most occasions, right, Sniper? Sniper's got very similar conditions as the Tron, as the West Up. With Sniper, let me tell you something. About this though. Not only obviously we have Packer players, but then of course we've got Eagle players. This is the game that was all by design from the get-go. Let's watch all my players in the same game. This is it, right? Pretty much. So this is what I was saying. I'm not sure. Tonight is your night. Oh my gosh, it is your night. Look, this is what I'm not sure if you just heard me say it, Sniper. So I was talking to the other goats. If the Packers team that beat down the Steelers shows up tonight, that team playing at their absolute best shows up tonight, the Eagles they should beat the Eagles. And that does not necessarily mean that you've got bad fantasy performances either, goats. I'm not saying it like that. We're just talking about just football in the game, period. If the Packers team that was sleeping against the Panthers shows up tonight, then the Eagles are going to dog walk them. I think even you would admit to that, right, Mel? They can't be sleeping against the Eagles. I think if the Packers team is playing at their very best like they did against Steelers, that they should win this game. Should. As long as they're not playing sloppy, the Packers should win. As long as Jordan Love doesn't throw any interceptions. Well, yeah, of course. Absolutely. 100%. Can't turn the ball over. Absolutely. Let's go Hawks. Holy smokes. My God. West up. Go. My God, that defense. I got that defense. I got that defense in a Commissioner Rhino dynasty. That defense is filthy. I knew that defense was going to be filthy. I knew it. Yeah, sniper. Sniper. Let me tell you something. Patrick Goats, 5-5. 12 team. PPR. 2 wide receiver. 2 running back. 1 flex. Trade. Javante for Kyron and Henry. Serious? This looks like a no-brainer to me. This looks like a no-brainer, Patrick. What am I missing here? Javante. Oh God, technical difficulties. The struggle is real. Javante. 4, you're getting Kyron and you're getting Travion Henderson, who basically had his breakout game yesterday. You're adding depth. You're adding a potential smash league winner the rest of the way with Henderson, and you've got a safe running back with Kyron Williams, who all he does is throw touchdowns. Wait, I got proof of it. Hold on. I got proof of that, Patrick. I've been saying it since freaking last March, when everybody's going all up in arms about him. I got proof of this. See? Here's my proof. All Kyron Williams knows how to do is just score. He's got a nose for the end zone, which is great. Blake Corum is getting more opportunity. That's fine. I think that's exactly what they want. Let them both do well. You think Adams? I see it, Sniper. I see it. Nathan Goat, how are you? Agreed. I love it when we agree. We should always agree. What's up? Nathan Goat. What's up with you, Nathan Goat? Scored $163 yesterday. Thoughts on trade? Oh, yeah. Oh, another Kyron. Thoughts on trading Kyron and Zach Charbonnet for Drake London? Full PPR. RBs would be JT, Hall, Algier, and Spears. Thoughts on trading Kyron and Charbonnet for London? London's doing really, really well right now, so I get why you would want to try to add him to the team, Nathan. Michael Penix doesn't seem like he could throw to or hit any other wide receiver on that team. So again, that's very good. But what if that offense isn't operating correctly? It's not. So I don't want to speculate that this could maybe hinder Drake London down the road, because Drake London's elite. He's elite. He has been since last season, and we're seeing it again, which is fantastic with another quarterback with Michael Penix. But here comes the but. I don't know if I want to get rid of Kyron, though. Kyron and Charbonnet, 2 running backs. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I get it. You want it. You're going for the throat. I get it. Kyron and Charbonnet. How about Kyron and Algier? How about Kyron and you have JT? You have JT and you have Kyron. I don't know if I would do it. What do the wide receivers look like? Who are your wide receivers? Who are those guys that you're coveting Drake London? I think Adams is hurt. I think Adams will be limited. I think Adams will play. Yeah, he looked like he was hurt. Wincing. You know, you're 31, 32 years old. Those hits are a little bit different now. They're a little bit different now, West Up. But he wanted to go back into the game, so we all saw that, which is a good sign. It's not that serious. And yeah, I think he would play next week. Or he would want to play next week. Here's the crazy thing though, and I bet you, our guy Ryan Heath over here has it down. The Rams are also running this ludicrous, but Sniper probably loves it. This ludicrous 13 personnel. 3 tight ends on the field, 1 wide receiver. Not 2, 1 wide receiver. That 1 wide receiver is not Davante Adams. It would be Puka. Yesterday's game was his lowest target share for a healthy game in his career. Yesterday. What's up, Cam? There's the Cam goat. The Cam, the daddy, the goat himself. PPR tonight, sit one Tank or Watson. Tank Bigsby? Tank Bigsby, right? Tank Bigsby. Oh, I'm good. Go ahead and play Christian Watson. Which Tank is that? Play. Let's go with Watson. Watson. Which Tank? My dear. Half PPR. Half PPR. I'm up 141 to 123. Of course you're up, daddy. Motherfucking daddy goat. Guy has Davante left. I think I can rest all right, or should I be sweating? Brother, you're probably going to be sweating a little bit throughout the course of 4 quarters. It's natural, man. That's what gets us. This is why we love the game. This is why we play this to get those juices, that adrenaline, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. Yes, of course. We know what these dudes are capable of. These dudes, the players in this game. We know what's going down. It could be like a dead game for 3 quarters, and then like 4th quarter, it could be an explosion, or vice versa, or just a really solid, consistent Monday Night Football game. 4 quarters of 7-7, 14-7, 14-10, and 17-14, back and forth, back and forth. You saw that though, right, Sniper? You saw him on the sideline, Davante, kind of like grimacing, like something. He got hit. Got hit, and he wasn't feeling that good about it. Justin Jefferson, Pittman. Well, these are the wide receivers. This is why you want London. No, my friend Nathan Goat. I'm gonna try to just hold dangle Justin Jefferson. Why don't we try to dangle him for another wide receiver? And even one-to-one. If you told me that you were shopping Justin Jefferson for Drake London, yeah, now we're talking about something completely different. Now we're cooking with something here. Because we're talking about another offense right now in the Vikings that's not operating the right way. It hasn't been operating the right way, for the last 3-4 weeks. That's a bad game with Carson Wentz. 3 weeks. 2 bad games with Carson Wentz, or 1 bad game with Carson Wentz when he was hurt, and then 2 right now with J.J. McCarthy. They're not operating the same way. Michael Pittman on the clubs, hit or miss. Let me see if we got something here for Pittman. Troy Franklin. We know Troy Franklin now is wide receiver 1. He's seen the most targets for the Broncos in the last, 2 to 3 weeks. Let me see if we can find something here for Michael Pittman. No, this is here's Parker, Trone. Peter Parker. Parker led the team in a season high 30.4% target share. That's solid. That's solid. He likes it. Trevor Lawrence likes Parker Washington. B-Goat. Michael B-Goat. That's for you. And for the Trone. Speaking of Trone, how about Tyrone? Close enough. Woody Marks. Does anybody who has Woody Marks here? We're alive. We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Woody Marks went back to being a featured goal line back this week. He took all 4 of the backfield carries inside the 10. His 74% backfield carry share was also a career high for the Woodrow Marks. Yup, it says he's going to get volume tonight. Who's it? Chew gum? I don't really like gum, to be honest with you. Chew gum. For my jaw, right? Like that. Isn't that what you're thinking about when, like, you see the head coaches chewing all that gum? Like, what? How the fuck is their jaw, like, still, like, functioning? Well, who's it? I want to know how Tank Bigsby is getting volume tonight. I want to know who said that. I wouldn't necessarily rule out that Tank Bigsby might get some opportunities tonight. He might get some action tonight. He might take some snaps tonight. But volume? What kind of volume? Holy smokes! Sniper's trying to throw a wrench into the whole entire game tonight. If you're a Saquon Barkley manager, you don't want to see no Tank Bigsby on the field. You want to see Saquon on the field. You want to see Saquon. You know what else we're watching out for tonight, Goats? The chip block. Looking out for the chip block. How Saquon will protect Jalen Hurts when Micah's coming off the corner. That's what the chip block is for. It would be for someone like Micah. Thank you, Jerry. Micah. Every time I do that, and then I get into Star Wars. I don't understand it. Goats. Don't try to get into this mind. Tank definitely playing like 30% of the snap. Oh, 30. That's reasonable. That would be reasonable, yes. I am repeating that he's getting some volume. I think of volume. I think of volume. The Beatles volume. I know you do. We're going to watch the chip. We are. Right, GQ? GQ knows what the chip block. GQ go. He wants a Mecha Ibuka for Devon A-Chain. What do you think, my goat? You're the goat. You're the motherfucking goat, Quincy. Do you want Devon A-Chain? You trading away what? You're probably your wide receiver 2 on your team. Do you want Devon A-Chain? Do you need Devon A-Chain? You know Devon A-Chain is the only game in that town except for maybe a little Jalen Waddle. You think Devon A-Chain is going to have another 40-point fantasy game? Do you think that? 28. We'll take a 28 game, a 25 game. We'll take an 18 game, of course. A 40 burger, GQ. I get it. You think Emeka Ibuka could put up a 40 burger in the near future? That's going to be a little bit more different. That's going to be a little tougher. I think that would be a little bit more tougher. But Devon A-Chain is coming off of, I think it's his second career best since 2023. He did that game against the Broncos in 2023, week 3, and he basically just replicated the game yesterday against the Bills. He dog walked the Bills. You saw my stuff. You see the GOAT stuff. He wants a Mecca Ibuka for Devon A-Chain. I mean, it's probably kind of fair. It's kind of it's a nice one-to-one deal. Do you want the question is a team of your caliber? Do you want to part with a wide receiver who's probably a wide receiver 2, but acting as a wide receiver 1, which is fantastic, which is why you're 9-0, 10-0. Do you wanna beef up your running backs? Do you want killer running backs? It's the $1 million question, GQ. Whatever you do, whatever you decide is the right move. You want to hold them? It's the right move. If you want Devon A-Chain, I have next to no doubt, very little doubt whatsoever that it's going to affect you, GQ. Mac. So how many snaps do you think Watson will play? Tell me the amount of snaps that he played last week. You could look at this. It would be the same number. Open up the sleeper thing, and under info or bio or one of those, I could do it. I could do it for you. Oh, I can't do it. My phone's dead, which was part of the problem. Whatever Christian played last week is at least what he's going to play this week. Matthew Golden is not expected to play. I got that information. It's going to be him. I mean, it's going to be Watson, Romeo. You've got Luke, and maybe your boy Wicks. Whatever he played last week. And if you need me to get that info, I can. Tyrone Tracy doesn't have a single carry inside the 5-yard line. That's freaking fantastic. That's wonderful. Though Tracy had 6 more carries than Singletary yesterday. The pair remains in a virtual 50-50 committee. That's fantastic. The Bears backfield. Swift had 65% carry share. Kamanungai had a 35% carry share. The back split 2 carries inside the 10. That's great. It's basically a 50-50. Basically. Biggs. What's up, Biggs, baby? What's up, Biggs Goat? There he is, the motherfucking Biggs. What are you doing here? Who are we beating tonight? What do we got to do? What do we got to do for the Biggs? Should we give a Rhino message right now? It's about that time for a Rhino message. About that time. Sniper, it's about that time. Biggs, I know you guys already subscribed. It's just a PSA for the likes.
Hey goats, please do me a favor, please like and subscribe and hit those notifications so you don't miss any of our content.
It's just a PSA for the likes. Don't have Luke. Luke, I am your father. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, my goat. My goat. He loves his Cortland, man. He loves him. Don't think Wicks is starting until next week. I'm going to play Watson in the flex with his friend Romeo. It's perfect. Perfect. I'm going to enjoy this game. Press up the punch. J-Goat. Oh, Sniper is like laughing at it earlier today. She's laughing. Yeah, man. This is a dude who's had relatively really good health too. He's been injury free his entire career until this year, with the one exception in training camp 2023, a little minor ankle, played the whole season. He's been injury free, which he's been fantastically consistent. Yeah, it stinks if you're a Garrett Wilson manager. Hello, that would be me over here. Yeah, of course it stinks. No one wants to see this. That the freaking Jets stink. Jago, what do you think the chances of them actually hitting on one of these first round picks? You damn near got 5 of them in 2 years. What do you think the chances of the Jets hitting on one of them? It's not that good. It's not that good. I'm not saying that the deal to get these picks, to move off of Quentin Williams, to move off of Susquehanna wasn't a good move. I'm not suggesting that, but it's still also it's a dice roll. Yeah, my brother Rug Goat. You've been with us. You've been with us all off season. You know this, man. So I'm not even gonna say it, Rug. I'm not even gonna say it, brother, man. Hey, let me attempt to be as objective as possible. What we could hang our hat on the following: A, okay, he is healthy. B, it seems as though he's a Bronco, man. This guy's a Bronco. He's in no way, shape, or form in danger of kind of like losing his wide receiver role. He's healthy. He's a Bronco. He's been with that team his entire career. He's a big wide receiver. I'm sure Bo will still look to target him. This is Troy Franklin's gig right now. My guy, my brother, all you goats, my brothers and my sisters and my wives. No, there's only one. Getting wacky. 7 o'clock hour. Yeah, by the way, Goats, I apologize once again. I do apologize for those technical difficulties earlier. Oh my God, that better not happen ever again. Better not happen. We've been good. We've been injury free too. We've been injury free. So damn technical. Can't catch a break with the injuries this year. Yeah, Goat. It's one of those years, man. It's like what's a little wacky about it, and I'm not here to say that it's either I agree or disagree. I don't, because it's not like one of those things. But by the end of the season, or at the end of the season, or at the winter meetings, it's around that time where we'll hear that injuries are basically not up, they're not down, they're basically the same. Injuries. The worst thing we could hear is that there were less injuries this season, and if they have the data for that, then it's hard to disprove it. The only reason why it doesn't seem that way to us is we're only playing with the main offensive skill position players. The NFL, this is where we trick. This is where we get tricked. When they're looking at injury data, it's taking into account every single player. That's the difference. So yeah, it seems like it's a boatload for us. I can't catch a break. I hope Henny is good. Yeah, he looked real freaking good yesterday, right? Jago, he looked real good. He's explosive. He's fast. He could catch the ball. He's excellent running outside, bouncing outside, and then off. This is what we were expecting. It just took 10 weeks, that's all. And some injuries. Let's not forget. We're also going to have to monitor this, because Dearness Johnson did play a little bit when Jennings went down, and we're going to have to what happens when Ramondre comes back? what I said about that trade. I just did. Let me know. Let me scroll back up for the Cam Daddy. Cam Daddy goat. I apologize. Shit. What did I miss from the Cam Daddy? I should never be missing anything from the Cam Daddy. Let me see this. Let me see this. Let me see this. Cam Daddy. The Cam Daddy. The Cam Daddy. Tank definitely playing 30%. It's not that. My lineup is Dart Judkins, JT Amon-Ra, Ladd, Quick Johnson. Okay, before Sunday, traded Kyron. Traded off Kyron, and you traded off Barkley. You got Amon-Ra yesterday. You got Judkins yesterday. Hope it works out for you. I was starting 3 Chargers. All right. All right. Yeah, the Judkins game is kind of like a one-off. Maybe there'll be another one. Maybe there won't be. Judkins, the dude is still a rookie. He's gonna have that type of rookie game. He still saw 25 attempts, 24, 25 attempts. Like that info I have right here if I needed to, but it's somewhere around that. I like Judkins. JT's a beast. He could win the MVP. Ladd, how'd you like the Ladd McConks? Ladd McDonkey. Love Ladd McDonkey. Dalton Kincaid, we got him at it. We have to look out for. Dalton Kincaid's a little injured. We have to monitor that. Cam Daddy, baby. I love it. I love it. My team is Rice, Emeka, Darrell Wilson, Sutton, Godwin, Henderson, CMC, Chase, Brown, Swift, Young, Benson, Flacco, Colston, Lovely. You want CMC and Devon Achane. Week 14. Make sure that Devon Achane is playing for the Dolphins because CMC is not. Chase Brown comes back this week. You're gonna have Trey Benson, but. Are you going to like having Rashee Rice as your wide receiver 1? Cortland Sutton is your wide receiver 2. Garrett Wilson is. We know where Garrett Wilson is. So, with that in mind, Quincy Goat, I think we're gonna have to just hold. I think you're gonna hold. You're gonna roll with Rashee Rice, Emeka Egbuka. Look at the production that Henderson gave you yesterday, and CMC gives you every week. DeAndre Swift, like the coach. I am the coach. I am just repeating. I have them both. Chip away. We're gonna watch the chips. Well, we're gonna see where the chips may fall. I can't catch a break. I hope they. Yep. How'd we do? How'd we do, my brother? I think it was a good move, man. I think it was a good move. I need 20 points from Josh Jacobs. Hell, of course it's possible. 20 points. What does he be getting you? Like around 15, 16? Of course that's possible. I think he's healthier. 10 to 15%. Which one? 10 to 15% what? 10 to 15%. Jets got the ball in their court now. It's up to the Jets. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're afraid of. That's what we're afraid of. Oh. I'm not sniping. I'm just poking. I'm poking the bear. You're a bear. I didn't think you were laughing at his injury. Yeah, guys, if you're playing on sleeper like most of us, like a lot of us play on, sleep is great. I think sleep is the best. But what makes it cool is we're able to freaking like name our players and screw around like that. So yeah, Garrett Wilson was his name. I'm sorry, Mr. Shepard. Yeah, I mean shit. I'm sorry, Garrett. Sorry, Mr. I was not laughing. I never laugh at injuries. Yes, I do. That's why I just said it. But I do know you better than that. There he is. There he is. The bakes. The motherfucking bakes. The mother loving bakes. We're gonna bake your opponent. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bake your motherfucking opponent. Would you trade JMO, the whiskey kid, for Rome and lamb chops? Yeah. Yeah. You're going to get CD Lamb top 5 or 6, and Rome, let's say top 15 for the whiskey kid. I'd do that now. Get off the show, Bakes Going, and just hit the accept. I'll understand. Yeah, man, I would. Yeah, of course. Look, how did I just lay it out? We're talking about CD Lamb chops, and you're getting yourself a good wide receiver too. For a boomer bust, JMO. He's ramped up. He looked good his last 2 games. He's ramped up. Let's cross our fingers a little bit, right? Let's cross our fingers a little bit. Savion. That's our boy, Savion. Wicks. He's like wicker. Like a wicker candle. It's like Wicks, D'Artagnan Wicks. I lost Kraft. Pick up Colston. Got another offer. Wants Lamar. No, brother, man, you don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that one, brother, man. That's your guy. That's your boy, Lamar. Flacco's not going to be playing in a couple of weeks. You're not doing that. You can't do that. Rome and JMO for Rome. In that case, that's probably a little too much for lamb chops. Probably a little too much, a little bit. It's a little too much. Rome, hot damn. Hot damn, here we go again. Hot damn, here we go again. Sniper. 7:25. You have 45 minutes. 40 minutes. You guys, you're fucking rock stars. All rock stars, man. Yeah, last September, came up with this wacky idea. Well, it was obviously it wasn't September. We launched in September. Keep Rice and Henry. Love when the goats help the goats. Love when the goats help the goats. We had this silly idea, right, Sniper? Silliness in the summer. What do we do? Why don't we just like have a YouTube channel? Because we're already getting all these questions online. People are already asking us these questions online. I bet you we can build this thing on YouTube. Okay, Ron. Okay, Rhino. Let's do it. We launched this shit week 1 last September. Right now, holy smokes. Jesus, holy smokes. Close to 600 goats. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I may not really show it like the commissioner does. He wears it on his sleeve. We're just different characters. Another person just sent me on a trade offer. He wants rice. He wants rice. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Go finish your work. I'll see you later. Do you have any leftover sloppy joes? Do you have any more leftovers? Keep Bryce and Henry. Send me another trade offer. He wants Rashid Rice is kind of close to CD Lamb Chops. Kinda, sorta. At least that's what we've seen out of Rashid Rice since he's been back. Kinda, sorta. I don't know if Rashid Rice is going to get us that big bomb explosion type of production that CD is capable of with Dak. The two offenses operate differently. The two offenses are run differently. Period. I would hold that too. I would hold that too, because I don't want you to start breaking off your depth. I rather you have the depth in case, God forbid, something happens to one of these guys. Right? I mean, at the very least. Just by you saying my Rice, right? My Lamar. Those are your dogs. Motherfucking dogs for the Quincy Goat. A lot of people picked up Darnold since he'd had all those good weeks, and he laid an egg yesterday. Darnold laid an egg. Sammy ball game. My Lord. Didn't Sam Darnold... Oh, I mean, Seattle's defense. Zach Charbonnet. He had some picks yesterday. I saw that. But I was like, those aren't really his fault. But he's credited with the pick. Where is this? Sam Darnold. Are you worried about Sam Darnold? I don't know to be quite honest, I think you would have a good reason to be kind of sort of nervous about Sam Darnold moving forward. I mean, he still has to erase what took place at the end of last season. When it matters the most, the big freaking game. Maybe if he can't handle the pressure. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Sammy ball game. 44 points. That Seattle defense is nasty. 44. A 44 burger. Sniper, when are we having burgers? 40 burger. Sniper wants to have a Philly cheesesteak for dinner tonight. That's what she's going to eat. Sniper's eating some Philly cheesesteaks. Seahawks. Oh, my, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. 178 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He didn't have to do much yesterday, right? He didn't have to do much. He'll bounce back. I think they played better on the road. I think that has something to do with it. And I also, again, they got up so far ahead that he didn't have to do anything. And if that's going to continue to happen, that's a problem too. As a matter of fact, that narrative. What if the Seahawks continue to dog walk teams? They're up by freaking 28 points at the half, or even like maybe even a little less. They may not have. What if you're up by 21 in the fourth? 24 points in the fourth. And you're just handing it off, running it out. That's something to think about. It certainly is. And I'm glad that you're bringing that Patron Goat. I don't know where we would be without you, Patron Goat. I'm going to talk to the war chief about this and the Lionel about this tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take off. You know what time it is tomorrow. 8 o'clock for the waivers. Week 11. I'm sure we'll get to all your questions. I'm sure we're going to recap all of it. We'll recap what we saw in tonight's game. I want you to enjoy the game. Good luck. I hope all of you goats absolutely close it out. Close the motherfucker out. And that's it, man. Appreciate you all. And see you tomorrow.